Alright, so welcome back everyone. We've dropped in again, continuing our Urby Derby campaign, fielding 3 urban mechs and a Hermes Mark II. And right away in this one-star battle, we have an up-armored Saladin blocking our path. Now, the really odd thing is that this Saladin doesn't have any evasion pips. Oh, yes he does. He has 8. Never mind. There's been a UI change. It no longer shows the dashes. It just says right next to their name, and that's taking me a little bit to get used to. So, we're going to reserve, hope that up-armored Saladin decides to move a very short distance or sit still, but we don't in fact have eyes on the main enemy opposition. Well, although they appear to have some target solution on us that looks like an LRM-5 volley coming in, nothing too bad there. Let's see, something else? More LRMs could be. Yep, LRM-10. Yeah, that looked like an LRM-10. Now, what I'm hopeful for is, since we are on the side of this cliff, we might just have a huge height advantage shooting at whatever, wherever their main lance is. But first we have to deal with that up-armored Saladin, because even a single one of those AC-20 shells landing could cause quite a bit of trouble, and does look like, I don't know if that's from the support lance or the main lance. It's a little bit confusing what exactly we have going on here at the moment. But we're going to run up and get into the woods. 6 evasion pips is good enough for me right now. And this is our heavily modified R90 piloted by Trashcan himself. Double medium pulse, double ER medium. Quite a good loadout for an urban mech. Although missing with both of those medium pulses is a little bit annoying. Otherwise we probably could have killed the up-armored Saladin, just needed one more thing to hit it. The Hermes 2 can't quite move far enough to get a side shot. Now we do have our Urban Mech Lamb, and I think that the Lamb will be going for a kill here. So, can I take a shot from the trees? Okay, that's not exactly great. We're out of range with the small laser. Just do this. I love how it says Flying Trash Can on the back. Urby Lord. Although I think an Urby Lord is technically a different mech chassis. But, hard to say. Yeah, we landed a lot more than we needed to, actually killed it with the first small laser shot. But that's one down. And it does look like this is the support lance over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, counting the one that we just killed. And then there's something else over there. I'm hoping is, if we can, yeah, let's bash through this galleon, hopefully avoiding the tag while we're at it, and then use our nice height advantage to get some good shots. Although, yeah, I can't quite get to the ridge, and the mission modification that we had made, I think, sight a little bit worse, which will explain why we can even get up to the ridge there and we can't see what we're fighting down here with that unknown mech. Absolutely horrible shots, so we're going to turn off the ER medium laser to save on heat. Hey, we landed. I mean, hey, fair enough. One of the first times I've had really good luck with targeting with that. Makes me think that, of course, we're going to follow it up with something absolutely terrible. Now, the Hermes 2 does carry a light tag. This only gives us a +1 to hit, but it's better than nothing. And the reason I did this second was not because I forgot this time, although I did that plenty in the last campaign. It was actually on purpose because I wanted to avoid the possibility of friendly fire with the Hermes 2, putting the R90 behind it with what I expected to be a very terrible shot. So we are going to reserve now. Everything except for that R90 in the back has pretty decent evasion pips, so hopefully we won't take too much damage here. More LRM fire coming in, and they will eventually hit us. It's more a question of when than if. Ooh, hey! R29, I think that's the one with the coil, which I would love to pick that up. The mech itself has some trouble, because it tends to take one shot and then basically explode itself, which is not tactically advisable, shall we say? But just having the coil for a later build would be quite nice. I couldn't get my hands on one last campaign, despite desperately wanting to. And it looks like the enemy is just charging toward us here, so we might have to make some interesting maneuvers. I'm thinking if we need to keep... So, staying still is death in this game. You need evasion pips more than you need armor. Although you need armor more than you need guns, it's sort of this cascading you have to have all three. But I'm thinking if we need to move, we can just try to scoot past them and go up the ridge on the other side. At least split their attention that way, and depending on what we have and where we have it, we might even get some nice rear shots by exploiting, well, exploiting their positioning. Just like this, actually. So let's see. Could get a rear shot there. There's no evasion on that galleon, which makes it a very excellent, very tempting target. Except for one important thing, which is I don't want to get caught here, and I don't love this position. It's too little evasion. The UMR-90, that's still bog standard pretty much. Well, in terms of its engine, at least. Moves a little too slowly for my liking. But we land the binary and the ER medium, and that's a galleon down. So we probably had originally 8 well, pieces of Op-4, I'd say, because they're not all mechs. But mechs and tanks, 8 in the Op-4 all put together. Down to 6 now, and yeah, this guy carries a coil. So that's extremely deadly. We cannot let him hit us with that after a good move. It will just mean death, pretty much. Unfortunately, he has pretty good evasion pips, so the Lamb can strip things off of that, and so can Trash Can. But pilot abilities, which I think we may end up using, because even though we have 7... Well, you know what? Let's do the smart thing here. We're going to move up. We're going to leave the coil alone, because I can't get through those 6 evasion pips on this one. But we are going to sensor lock the Hunter light vehicle. Bring that down to 2 evasion pips, and let's see. I can get behind him with the Lamb, and that's acceptable accuracy. But before we do that, yeah, let's do this. So, not my favorite positioning here, having these two guys so close together, but let's take a look at this Hunter 3RM. Hopefully we can handle a large laser, and we do. Lots of damage resistance, it looks like. Oh no, only 10. Interesting. We really didn't do that much damage. Huh. But we did land the tag, so we just keep increasing our chance to hit. Now this is bad positioning for one very particular reason. Although I can shoot because of the Urban Mech's torso twist, I am effectively rear-arced both the Hunter 3RM and potentially the R29 coil, and if that coil lights up the rear arc of this Urban Mech, well, we'll be in for some trouble. So, we do manage to land some of the streaks, but that vehicle's armor does unfortunately hold for now. Although it looks like we've pounded into, oddly enough, its left side, despite the fact that that should be over there. Interesting. Never can predict exactly what's going to happen with these. I want 3 evasion pips with this guy. We can get it here. Alright, we're going to come up top. Battle Lord. And we're going to burn a little hot here. It's okay, just give me the binary. We do land it, 72 damage. Looked like it was right on the front of that vehicle, though. Oh, no, pinged his other side. If we'd concentrated that fire, it would be dead Op 4, but we couldn't quite manage it. Luckily, for us, they didn't move it. So that vehicle was still sitting there with 2 very damaged sides, and only 2 evasion pips. Now, this is why you leave in jump jets, which I didn't do. Oof. Well, here's what we can do. We can go down here. This is a little risky. I don't particularly love it. But we're gonna do this to not expose our back directly to the coil, make him work for it. If he does try, give me a side shot, please. Oh, come on. We had better accuracy than that. Can't believe this guy's still alive. We didn't even hit him on the side, we hit him on the rear arc. Oh man. Okay, there goes the coil. And firing, missing the UMR-90. Very thankful for that. And see, there it is. Once the coil does fire, he just failed an automatic shutdown and gave himself a severity 2 injury, all of which I am more than okay with. That works just fine for me. We're going to move up here. And as much as I would love to take the first of these shots down at the enemy down here, with that wonderful, wonderful accuracy. Well, you know what? That tank really can't do all that much. The coil can. Where is that coil? Looks like it's left arm? Yes, left arm. So I want to kill this thing through the right arm. Let's see if we can take that off the field. Hopefully the Streak SRM-4s can do a lot of work. Yes, good. So we should hopefully be able to salvage that coil, and, well, you may or may not see it on one of our mechs soon. Depends on whether or not I can put it on anything with confidence, because I'm not just going to make an UM-R29. It's, kind of a bad decision. We can't afford to lose any mechs. The OP4 can, which makes, well, suicidal builds for the AI a little bit less suicidal than it would be for us, right? As I said before, this campaign does have maximize pilot lethality and chassis recovery set to 0, so if I throw a pilot in an R29 and he blows himself up from the heat, well, we've lost a pilot and a mech and all that equipment, and probably didn't even kill anything, to be honest. So, not exactly a viable build. Now, I do want to shoot that 3RM, but it's pretty bad accuracy, and we need to keep, well, useful fire on these guys. So the Hermes 2 is just going to move here. Yeah, we'll get a shot. It won't be the best shot ever, but the coil off the battlefield, I feel a little bit better about that. The Razorback, that's a lot of firepower. So you, sir, are going to be my next target, I believe. Structure exposed. Okay, so that's how it makes up for the weight. Paper thin armor. Yeah. More lightly armored than our urban mechs. Okay. Locust moving up on 9 gives us initiative on 8. Now the Hunter has 5 evasion pips, which is more than I would like to mess with at the moment. Let's see what we can do. That's a decent shot. It's not the best shot ever. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Nope, the sprint there is going to ruin our accuracy unless we take the shot on the Raven. 80, 75.7. And if we look up here, 80, 64.3. So let's take the shot from farther back. Not as much evasion, but so far this guy is good, and I'm feeling okay about this mission. So let's see. Oh, man, missing that binary laser hurts every single time, particularly with an 80% chance to hit. That's something where you really want to see it be successful. And, well, sometimes it's just not. Okay, so let's get rid of some of our close-by mech positioning. Of course, I've just made it a little bit worse, but the Urban Mech Lamb is not going to be staying here. He's going to be moving the next time we have priority again. Let's see if we can kill the Razorback. No. No, very minimal damage there, unfortunately. It's like, yeah, barely anything. Okay, that's why that vehicle needs to go. It will harass us, and heat damage in the early game is not something you want to mess around with taking. It can go really bad really quickly. So please, 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 Urby Lamb, don't let me down. There shouldn't be any feasible way that we miss all of this, but having said that, of course, neither one of the Streak SRM-4s fires, and that vehicle is still alive. Should have probably used a precision strike there. I didn't think I'd need to. Probably a bad habit from getting used to having significantly better firepower available than I currently do during that last campaign. Alright, shoot in here. Really? The only thing that you hit that exposed side torso with was a tag. PPC and some medium lasers going after the Urby Lamb, and he is the most vulnerable on our team to that sort of fire because Lambs, when they're in the air, take additional stability and regular damage. Locust moving up, kicking us. I mean, I'll take that 5 damage all day, I suppose, but it does get rid of my evasion. Oh, no, it didn't. Interesting. Well, see something new every day, I suppose. Alright, I am tired of this Razorback. Let me make clear my displeasure. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's why I put the binary laser on there to begin with. The damage potential is better than a PPC, and any minimal increase that we can get is extremely helpful this early on in the campaign. Now, okay. Bit of a quandary here. I want to shoot at this hunter before there's a chance to move, but I don't want to leave the Urby Lamb with so little evasion. So it's 5 pips, but I can't see it. 3. We'll have to settle with 4. Most of the enemy has already moved, so this isn't the end of the world. But the Urby Lamb should be the first thing that they move on the next turn. We're going to hope that we don't need the precision strike thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Thank you. That was going to be really annoying. Alright, 3 out, 4 left, down from 8. This is a much more effective team than we had originally during that deployment Urbies in the swamp. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think there's a lot of potential here for some very nice, well, ability to go up to maybe even 1.5 skulls and start getting better salvage, which is a vital part of actually progressing in this game. Now, we are going to wait to Initiative 7, and the reason why is I want to kick this Locust. 92.7% chance to hit him, and we do. That's going to be damage directly to the leg, and more importantly, evasive and unsteady. So if we take a look at this thing, he just got absolutely mashed, and now we have a much better chance of actually landing our medium pulses and ER mediums with the UMR90. Another kick, it looks like it went in on the other leg, unfortunately, but yeah, that's way more damage than a Locust can afford to take to its rear arc at any one point in time. Okay, not bad, not bad. Raven moving up, and they've just charged at us. This is some very aggressive AI. Now, they do take a rear shot at the Hermes too. Not the best positioning on my part, but I think we'll be okay. Where's the other? Okay. So, let's move here. Well, do I have to move? No, I don't have to move. Let's just shoot. And miss. Maybe I should have moved. Oh, it just would have made the accuracy even worse. That is obnoxious. Probably should have kicked him. Don't really want to mess with the friendly fire potential on that. But now we are going to go in for another kick. Just because light mechs like these really can't take that sort of punishment, even from something like a 40-ton Hermes too. And it robs them of their best asset, which is that high evasion. It usually is the reason that these guys have a habit of surviving for a while. We're going to do the same thing to them. A little bit of a risk for friendly fire here, but with our accuracy going up and up, it's not as much of a concern. I am going to turn off one of the medium pulses. It does 5 more damage, but has less of a chance to hit. Might have been the wrong choice, but that is a dead Raven, so I'm okay with it. Oof, well, it's bleeding out immediately. And now we can use the Lamb to get a good shot on whatever it is that's down there. So it looks like a tank. Only the SRM-4 is able to shoot at this long range, but benefiting extremely from a height advantage. That's some decent damage, we'll get there. Tell you what, let's go down here. Oop. Yeah, we'll lose most of our accuracy bonus from the height advantage, but we can open up the smalls. Probably should have saved the precision strike, but we'll live in there. Yeah, we landed the whole lot anyway, it looks like. Is there anything else I can shoot this guy with? Oh, come on. That is truly annoying positioning on their part. No, nothing at all. He's well and truly hiding. Let's see if he decides to move, and he does. Now, hit that position I can probably take some shots at with the guy up on the ridge with our binary laser. Let's see what we can do. Let's get Max over here. Actually, don't even need to move. Can't pop Battlelord because we'll overheat, unfortunately. We don't need it for the accuracy anyway. Oh, this guy's sporting an LRM-20. Yeah, I mean, fair. It's not exactly a carrier, but it's not bad firepower for something like that. Okay. Precise strike, give me the medium pulse back on. No, because we'll cook. I don't want to risk that. This time we'll turn off an ER medium laser, valuing that damage potential a little bit higher. And if we can get another shot with the Hermes 2, that might be able to finish it off. See what we can do. Okay. Yeah, vehicle down. Alright, well, that's the mission. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.